Well. You are still welcome again. And as it is our main duty, it is our mission to make sure that we help our students who are finding some difficulties in the field of mathematics. That is why we are here. That is our greatest mission. So we are here to help anyone out there who is finding anything challenging in mathematics. So now we are still continuing with the process, and today let's see what mathematics has for us. Students mostly find it challenging when they are asked to find the value of an algebraic expression given to them, especially when they encounter problems like this. So here, don't worry, we will take our time, lead you through step-by-step approach with which you will be blessed at the end of the day. So my small advice that I would say is keep tuned, stay active on this platform, and please do not forget to subscribe so that you will be the first person to encounter this video anytime that we upload more of the videos on this platform. Your colleagues are also out there, they need help. Likewise, you are fortunate, so let them be fortunate as well, so that we all come together and learn as a family. All right, very good. So let's see what the question is asking us to do so that we can tackle it head on. Very good. So let's see what is happening here. It says that, remember I said we are looking at how to find value of an algebraic expression. So we have an algebraic expression here, and over here the precise value of each variable within the expression had been given. Are you with me? It had been given. So here we are going to find the value of this, but to respect to the value of a, which is -2, and that of b, which is what, -3. I believe it is clear. So the question says find the value of this, a bracket open, a squared plus b squared, all bracket close, given that a is -2, b is -3. So after we will go through with question 2 as well. So now, looking at these sample questions, we are going to tackle it head on, one after the other, and we will take our time, explain it well, so that you will also get the concept. Are you getting me? We hope that, and we believe that at the end of the day, if you continue to stay tuned with us, you will be able to get the best understanding of all, and with that you'll be able to employ this understanding in solving any question that you will be given, being it an examination or class exercise or whatever. You'll be able to solve it with a smiling heart. All right, now come closer and let us enjoy the reality of mathematics. So I'll put out my solution. So this is my solution. Question number 1. The expression was given as a in a bracket a squared plus b squared. So solving this, finding the value of this expression, with which the value of a is this and b is that. There are several ways in solving this. So here I will dive into the first approach, then we will check if time is there, then we will dive into the alternative way. Okay, stay tuned so that you'll be blessed at the end of the day. All right, very good. Now, for us to start, have it in mind that mathematically, I told you that anytime the variable stands on its own in math, there is a coefficient, which is a unit number 1. So here I can introduce a unit number 1, introduce a unit number 1, introduce a unit number 1. Are you getting me? Very good. You cannot choose any other number except 1, because 1, we don't normally write it in algebra. Are you getting me? Very good. Now also have it in mind that the a is multiplying all what we have here. So with this, I can rewrite this as 1 in a bracket a. I've not changed anything, okay? Because if I multiply 1 times a, I'll get that. Are we good? Very good. So in a bracket, 1 in a bracket a all squared plus 1 in a bracket b all squared. Bracket close. I believe you are not confused. You are okay with what is happening there. Very good. So open your eyes well so that you will know what we are doing. I believe it is clear. Very good. So now we are going to substitute the values of the corresponding values in there. So here the a is given as 2, so I have 1 in a bracket, negative 2. Now open my big bracket. Let me draw this big bracket wall so that you will know the difference. I am using this bracket for these ones. Okay, so this big bracket is for this one so that you will not get confused. Right, so I'll open my big bracket. I have 1 in a bracket, a is negative 2 all power 2 plus 1 in a bracket, b is negative 3. Okay, I believe you are following. All power 2. Then the big bracket will close up. I believe it is clear. Very good. So here we continue with the procedure. Realize that positive 1 will expand what we have over there, and when it expands it, I am going to get what? Negative 2. That is positive 1 multiply negative 2. I'm going to get negative 2. I'll open a big bracket. Then I have 1 in a bracket. Now mathematically, let's see what is happening here. Mathematically, let's see what is happening here. Remember, we said that if you have a squared, it is the same as a times what? A. Remember that. In the same manner, if we have a or in a bracket squared, it is the same as a times what? A. So if I have negative 2 all squared, it means I'm going to get what? Negative 2 times negative 2. Okay, let me come here so that you will see it well. If I have negative 2 all power 2, I'm going to get negative 2 multiplying negative 2. And negative times negative gives me positive. 2 times 2 gives me what? 4. So I'm going to get what? Positive 4. So positive 4 will come here. And I will tackle the next number as well, which is plus 1 in a bracket, negative 3. So negative 3 all power 2 means negative 3 times negative 3. So negative gives me positive. 3 times 3 gives me what? 9. It is not 6. I'm sorry, it is not 6. Okay, it is 9. So we can enter 9 there. So 9 comes here. Then we open our big bracket. So we proceed with line. So now we are tackling what we have in the bracket first, and after you proceed with line. So I have negative 2 in a bracket. This one will multiply, I'm going to get 4 plus this will multiply it, I'm going to get what? 9. So I'm going to get negative 2 in a bracket, what? 13. Are we good? Very good. So we are getting that. So after we multiply the negative 2 by that, where our answer becomes what? Negative 26. So this then becomes our final answer. Is what we are getting as our final answer. So that is one way in going about it. Please remember that I did this bracket like this so that you will not get confused. Okay, so then this bracket is the same as this big bracket that I have here. So let's look at the alternative way. But I believe you understand this concept. Okay, let's look at the alternative way. The same question, looking at how to solve it alternatively. So an alternative process. So alternatively, let's see how to go about it. Alternatively, we can decide to expand. We can decide to do what? Expand what we have over there. So expansion can also help us through the alternation approach. So here I will use the a to multiply what I have over there. So through expansion, I can have 1a taking charge of this 1a squared plus the same taking charge of that. That is 1a multiplying 1b squared. Are you with me? Very good. So let's continue with line. Then after I can decide to use this one to expand that. Okay, so I can have 1a power 3, because in one of the laws, if we multiply 1 times 1, we are going to get what? 1, and a will multiply a squared. One of the laws of indices, if the bases are the same and they are multiplying, here the power is 1. So you add the powers. I'm going to get a power 1 plus this. Okay. So here I'm going to get what? A power what? 3. That's why I'm having this over there. The same manner I have plus 1 times 1 gives me what? 1. And here I'm going to get ab squared. Please, you will not get it is a times b squared. The bases are not the same. That's why we are going to get what? ab squared. I get it. So have it in mind that they are still in product terms. Okay, very good. So that's what we are getting. So now we substitute the corresponding values, then we move on with line. So a now is, what do we have over there? Negative 2 or power 3 plus 1 in a bracket. A is negative 2 here. Then we have b squared. So here is negative 3 or power 3. And have it in mind that when we have this, it means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So we are multiplying it one after the other. So negative 2 times negative 2, I'm going to get what? Positive 4 multiplying negative 2. Positive 4 times negative 2, I'll get negative what? 8. So here I will have 1 in a bracket negative 8 plus 1 in a bracket negative 2. Let me tackle this first so that after I'll come there. So I now have negative 3 all power 2. Well, I'm going to get what? Negative 3 multiplying negative what? 3. So again I get negative times negative gives me positive. 3 times 3 gives me what? Positive 9. So here I'm going to get what? Positive 9. I believe you are following. Very good. So we continue with line. So here I'm getting 1 in a bracket negative 8 plus. So here I will tackle bracket first, which is one of the laws in board maths. Bracket first before you move on with line. So bracket first, I have the bracket negative that I'm going to get negative what? 18. Are you following? Very good. So we move on with line. I'll continue from this side. That is continuation. Continuation here. So here I will expand. I'm going to get what? Negative 8. And here so I'll get negative what? 18. So this I'm going to get what? Negative 26 as my answer. So this becomes our final answer. So have it in mind that whichever way that you go about it, you will get the same answer. But the understanding is what we are looking for. So if the first approach you are okay with that, you can keep on with it. If you are okay with the second approach, you can keep on with it. So whichever the way that you want to, please stick to it and then you go by that. All right. So let's see question number 2. Question number 2, I have, it says that given that m is negative 2, n is 3 out of 4, we should find the value of a, which is m squared bracket open n minus 1. Then b, n squared minus 3 over m. So with this, and here they will meet another time. Okay, very good. Let's continue. So looking at question number 2, as I was saying, the question was given that, you see, given that m equals negative 2, n equals 3 out of 4, find the value of a, this, the value of this. There's one particular question, but you've been asked to find the value of only this, and then the value of this one also. Remember, we are tackling how to find the value of what? An algebraic expression. So keep in mind. Very good. So let's continue with life. Right, so let's start with the A part. That is question 2. Question 2A. Question 2A. It says m squared bracket open n minus 1. This is what we are having. Are you following? Very good. So this one also has an alternative way in solving it. But let's go through with the first approach, and after we look at the other way in solving it also. M squared. So let's substitute the value straightforward, then move on with line. M is negative 2, so I have negative 2 all squared. Bracket open. Bracket open. N is that, so I'll open my small bracket, which is 3 out of 4. Okay, minus 1. So this is what I have. Now dealing with the bracket here, you know that negative 2 all power 2 is the same as negative 2 multiplying negative what? 2. And this we are going to get what? Positive 4. So here we are getting positive 4, the bracket open. Now whether there is no power there, so I can still rewrite this as, are we good? There is no power there, so power 1 is still the same as what we have over there. Are you getting me? Very good. Remember, the reason why I'm saying this is, in mathematics, when we have 2 in a bracket, this is still the same as 2. Are you getting me? So if I have in a bracket 3 out of 4, this is still the same as 3 out of 4. But in a case whereby this one, the power there is 2, the value changes. This one becomes 2 power 2. So if here is power 2, here becomes what? Becomes multiplying itself 3 times. I will use. When you make it square 2, if here the power is 2, this becomes 2 times 2. Okay, but if the power here is 1 or there is nothing there, it remains as it is. I believe it is clear. Very good. That is why I've rewritten it as this. Good. So here we continue with the procedure. Now have it in mind that continuation, we have this minus 1. So we are tackling the bracket first with respect to the laws of what? Board mass. Now we are subtracting 1 from 3 out of 4. We are subtracting 1 from 3 out of 4. We cannot subtract it direct. I get it. We can do it, but I want you to understand the concept. Now have it in mind that anytime that you are adding a whole number to a fraction, or you are subtracting a whole number from a fraction, have it in mind that every whole number has a denominator of what? 1. I get it, and not any other number else. So let me explain what I'm trying to say. Well, assuming we have 1 out of 2 plus 1, okay, we cannot just add 1 to this to get, let's say, 3 out of 2, or let's say to get let's say 2 out of 2. No. So with this, for you to add, you have to make sure that this whole number has a denominator also, and the denominator is 1 because it is a whole number. That is why I have placed 1 over there. So here we find out the LCM, then we move on with life. Are you getting me? Very good. The same manner, if I have, let's say, 2 out of 7 plus, let's say, 6. For me to add this one to this, I have to make sure that I introduce a denominator, which is a unit number, that is 1. Then I will solve this. I believe it is clear. Very good. So in the same manner, I'm going to tackle this. So tackling this straightforward, I have 3 out of 4 minus 1. And because it is a whole number, it has a denominator of what? 1. And 1 over 1, I have not changed anything. If you use any other number else apart from 1, you are incorrect, you are wrong. Okay? That's why we said every whole number has a denominator of what? 1. Are you okay? Good. So here we find out the LCM. The LCM for 4 and 1. So I have 4 and then 1. LCM is what? 4. Okay? So the LCM becomes 4. So I'll draw my fractional bar 4. My fractional bar, and the 4 will come. Now 4 goes here, 1. 4 goes into this 1. I get it because 4 divided by 4 gives me 1. So I'll use the 1 to multiply the numerator of the 4. So I have 1 in the bracket, 3 minus. Now we ask ourselves again, how many times does the 1 goes into 4? So if I have 4 over 1, I'm going to get what? 4. Are you with me? When one person is going to share 4 oranges, each person will get what? 4. Each person, that one person will get 4 oranges. So I have 4 in the bracket, what? 1. Are you following? Very good. So here we expand the bracket and we are going to get 3 minus 4 by 1. I'm going to get 4 over 4. Now subtract, I'm going to get what? Negative 1 over 4. So that means that mathematically, solving this concept or solving this question, I'm going to get what? This as my answer. Are you with me? Good. So through mathematical continuation, so after solving this, we had a certain value. So I have 4 in a bracket. After solving this, we had negative 1 over 4. Do you remember? Do you remember what we had? We had negative 1 over 4, and I believe you understand the concept. Very good. So here we continue with the procedure. Now remember that when we have 2 in a bracket, negative 3, this one means 2 times what? Negative what? 3. I get me? Very good. So this one, so it means 4 is multiplying what we have over there. So I can rewrite this one as 4 times negative 1 out of what? 4. Are you following? Very good. And because the 4 here is a whole number, it has a denominator of what? 1. So I can multiply. Now 4 times negative 1, I'm going to get negative 4 all over 1 times 4. I'm going to get what? 4. Are you with me? Very good. And here, cancellation can set in. 4 goes into 1 goes here 1. So I'm going to get negative 1 over 1. Where my final answer, I'll get what? Because negative 1 over 1. Any number over 1 is the number itself. So negative 1 over 1 is the same as what? Negative 1. So my answer becomes negative 1. Are you good? Yes. Good. So after solving this, we are going to get this as our final answer. I believe you understand. Very good. So now we can move to the next question, which is don't ask me how, cause I can't explain. It's nothing short of so let's continue with that. So for now we will end our lesson here and continue the next day. We meet another wonderful day and then everything will be fine. Sorry, let's carry on with the next question, that is B. You want me to leave it to you in the comment section so that you also know how to go about it and also try your hands on. So I'll leave question 2B for you to try your hands on it. Please don't forget to communicate your answer with me in the comment section. Then we'll discuss it. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.